Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 17 and today we are going to present about the division of Mardud Hadith due to the broken chain of narrators under the subject of Dirasah Al-Quran wa Sunnah. First of all, we are going to introduce ourselves first. My name is Muhammad Akif bin Rafein. Matrix number U2100310.
My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Badrul Hisham. Matric number U2105658.
Moving on to the next specification. The meaning of breaking the chain of narrators. The meaning of disconnection from the sanad is the loss of a narrator from the sanad that causes the chain of narrators to be broken, whether it happens intentionally or unintentionally, which is done by some narrators either explicitly or hidden, and whether it occurs from the beginning, middle, or end of the sanad. Next is type of disconnection of sanad. It divide into two type. The first one is obvious disconnection, and the second one is hidden disconnection. Obvious disconnection meaning is the disconnection can be known by either experts in hadith or non-experts. The factor considered to be a missing chain is because the narrator of the hadith never met the narrator he claimed to be narrating from, because they did not live at the same era or live at the same era but never met each other. The example of obvious disconnection of hadith is al-mu'allaq, al-mursal, al-mu'addal, and al-munqati'. Second one is hidden disconnection. Hidden disconnection is a hadith problem that is difficult to see with the naked eye of the common man, and is only detected by hadith experts, usually through a detailed study of the sanads of the different hadith and examining them from the point of view of the internal problems of the sanad. And there are two types of hidden disconnection of sanad, which is al-mudallas and al-mursal al-khafi. Moving on to the meanings of al-hadith al-mu'allaq. In terms of language, al-mu'allaq is a maf'ul noun from the word at-ta'liq, which means cut off from a connection or communion. In terms of terminology, it is a hadith that is detected. It is a hadith that is deleted or erased, mahdhuf, from its sanad at the beginning of the name of the narrator of the hadith, whether it is one narrator or more, or the entire sanad. This hadith is called al-mu'allaq because it is connected to the sanad at the base part only, while it is cut off at the end of the sanad. Imagine as something hanging from the ceiling but not reaching the earth or floor. Moving on to example of hadith mu'allaq. Example of hadith mu'allaq, hadith from riwayat al-Bukhari. Malik said from Waqi', from Ibn Umar, from Nabi SAW, and so on and so on. Second one, Al-Zuhri said from Abi Salamah, from Abu Hurairah, from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and so on and so on. Mujahid said from Ibn Abbas, from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and so on and so on. Ibn Abbas said from Prophet Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and so on and so on. And the last one is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and so on and so on. This hadith is called, this is an example of mu'allaq hadith, because among the people who mention this hadith with the name of the person mentioned in the hadith, there are some names of other narrators who have been deleted or erased, or their names are not clearly mentioned. That is through whom the narrator of this hadith originally got the hadith. Moving on to hukum ruling of hadith mu'allaq. It is a hadith that was rejected because there was a case of missing the sanad of narrators from the chains of sanad that should be mentioned so that it can be known who the narrator is. Is he siqah, that is reliable, or weak, that is da'if, to determine the status of the hadith. The next point is, even so, if a hadith like this is found from another sanad that is complete, then it can raise to the level of hadith hasan li ghairihi, thus changing its status to an acceptable hadith. And the last one is the mu'allaqat, hukum of Imam Bukhari and Muslim in their authentic books. As for the mu'allaqat hadith of Imam al-Bukhari, it has 1,341 numbers divided into two. Namely, the first one is mu'allaq, whose sanad is known to be connected elsewhere in the Sahih. Then there is no doubt about its authenticity. And the second one is mu'allaq, whose sanad is not found, comes into two forms. And the first one is using the sirah jazam. For example, qala aw yaqulu fulan aw dhakara aw yadhkuru fulan aw rawiya aw yarwi fulan. And the ruling is judged as authentic from the person to whom the hadith is based. The second one is using the sirah tamrid. For example, dhukira aw yuzkaru an fulan aw qila aw yuqalu aw ruwiya aw yurwa an fulan. The ruling is not judged as authentic. That's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter.
Okay, so next we move to hadis mursal. From a linguistic point of view, the maf'ul noun derived from the word al-irsal, which means that which is released or that which is omit. From the terminologically, the hadith was dropped at the end of the chain of transmission, which is after tabi'in. So this is a hadith mursal. In this hadith, Hasan al-Basri is a tabi'in. So there are two disconnect chains, namely the companion and tabi'in, which is ultimate tabi'in. Next. Okay, next, hukmu marasil tabi'in, which is law of hadith mursal tabi'in. This hadith mursal is originally weak, but there are disagreements and difference of opinion among the jurists, which is fuqaha, and scholars, which is ulama, in terms of the law, whether it is accepted or rejected. This is because usually the narrators who are not mentioned by the tabi'in are from among the companions. All the companions, which is sahabah, are fair and they do not harm or affect the sanad if their names are not mentioned. So next. Yes, next. Three ulama opinions about hadis mursal. Number one, Da'if and Mardud. This is the opinion of the majority of ulama hadis, most of the ulama usul and fuqaha. Their argument is that the position of the banished narrator is unknown, which is it is possible that they are not companions, which is sahabah. Number 2 is sahih and can be made an argument. This is the opinion of Imam Malik, Imam Hanafi, Imam Ahmad, and some ulama with the condition. Number 1 is the narrator must be a truthful, which is siqah person. Number 2, narrators do not narrate from narrators who are not siqah. This is because the tabi'in siqah will not say qala Rasulullah unless he hears it from the siqah narrator. So number 3, the third opinion is conditional acceptance. This is the opinion of Imam Shafi'i. He accepts hadith mursal if number 1, the narrator must be from tabi'in kabir like Sa'id bin al-Musayyab. Number 2, the narrator must be a siqah person. And the last one, narrators do not narrate from weak, which is da'if or ignorant narrators. The conditions above must be supported by one of the items below. That is, number 1, the hadith mursal is supported by the mursal hadith, which is sanad through another path. Number 2, the hadith mursal conforms to the fatwa and the companion, which is sahabah or the fatwa of the ulama. And the last one is the narrator names the discard narrator with the name of a siqah narrator. Next. Okay, so next, the strength of hadith mursal with other arguments. Ulama of hadith are more and more strongly of the opinion that if there is another hadith that is similar or stronger than it, then the status of hadith changes from mursal hadith to hasan li ghairihi hadith. So the last slide, we go to hukmu marasil sahaba, which is the law of hadith mursal as-sahaba. Mursal as-sahabi is a hadith narrated by a sahaba, but he did not hear or see it directly from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, either due to his young age, late conversion to Islam, or not being with the Prophet when the hadith was delivered. The law of this hadith is sahih, which is accepted and can be argued with because the companions are fair and all are recognized. So I think that's all from me and from us. Thank you.